His cell phone contacts were loaded with images of girls. Girls blowing kisses, girls showing a little skin, and more girls.
I have to admit that at first I was very stunned by this case. I put up post on my social media saying that this was wrong and caped for this guy, Trayvon Martin, mainly because it looks like a family member of mine. And I was fooled. The media always sets up a false picture of these dudes to make it think that he's such a martyr, when in actuality, he made choices in his life that wasn't right. And as a result, there were things that he's done to bring on him being in the grave. And each and every time the media tries to paint a picture of him as being a sweet, loving boy, when in actuality, it was nothing but. So this is a story that is somewhat different from what the media paints, a different picture than what they want you to believe. And these stories seem to be set up so that these women, especially black women, can cape for these men and march and get shot and die for those who they try to make martyrs out of criminals who harm these women and or play these women in a certain way. So let's get into our story so you can see what I'm talking about, because they tried to paint this Zimmerman dude out to be some sort of racist when he was far from it. In fact, he worked with black youth out of his kindness of his own because he saw that there was a different way that he can reach out to people after voting for Obama, which I did not vote for Obama, but he voted for Obama. And he wanted change in the lives of these black youth. So he started to work with them. Who knew? Did the media even say that? No. And they painted Trayvon Martin as some type of loyal to their parents type dude. When he actually got kicked out of school, he hooked up with the wrong type of people, and he made life decisions that landed him in hot water. So some people may not be convinced from what they were deceived, okay? But this footage may prove to you that the media isn't always true in its assertions, and they try to make a circus of certain stories just to get your goat so that you'll go out there and march. Don't do it. Let's show you this footage.
His cell phone contacts were loaded with images of girls. Girls blowing kisses, girls showing a little skin, and more girls. Closest to Trayvon seemed to be 4 former girlfriends who were somewhat similar. About 5'3", thin, and 2 years younger than him.
Movies. Which movie you seen? Really, was Faith Miller. She thought of herself as Trayvon's girlfriend in early 2012.
What you doing?
Nothing, with my cousins. Everybody loves Raymond. Faith was literally the preacher's daughter. Her father was a Baptist minister. Faith seemed like a sweet girl. Faith was in love with Trayvon.
Stepdad, some type of, drugs and millions of dollars and was caught on the plane and he had some drugs on the plane. He was arrested for being a drug dealer, having tattoos on his face that were representing gangs, and he was sent to prison. Then after this Trayvon Martin thing, he took that Crip tattoo off and changed it to a prayer tattoo, just to make his image a little cleaner. Trayvon hang with this group who dabbled in guns, gangs, drugs, and all those things that a typical black male would be born in when they're younger. Marijuana, along with his friends. But his friends were notorious for selling drugs, showing gold teeth, and showing off their gun collection. I don't think it's anything too wrong with showing off a gun collection. I mean, who doesn't, right? But there would be certain things that they do that get them caught up in this life. Now, Trayvon would smoke weed often, and that isn't a mark of a bad guy. No, it's not, because a lot of people smoke weed. But the folks he hung with, the Pookies and Ray Rays he hung with, got him caught up. He would drink lean while smoking weed, and his judgment was impaired. This is his social media, and he labeled himself a no limit N word, which was a part of the game. Okay? He was with many different women, and this woman was trying to get him to stop this destructive lifestyle. She said, so you're starting to turn into a gangster, huh? Trayvon Martin even got kicked out of school, and even his mother was trying to make an alibi for him, saying that she had not known about the activities that he'd done. These were his friends that dabbled into certain things that were pretty destructive. And even one of his friends, which was his cousin, warned him about the lifestyle that he was getting into. Trayvon went into the store to get some Skittles, some codeine, and some soda, and mix it together and make some lean, which he would frequently take. And he also hit a partner up about getting some lean. He also got in touch with his friend about buying some guns. We're going to get into the main part of our video, which is what really went on in this man's head that he would take a life. So the man did an interview. He actually interviewed George Zimmerman to see what was going through his head. And it was just a whole surprising 380 type explanation that exposed the media for how it martyrs these males while trying to say that the one who took his life was some type of racist. But you can make your own conclusions. So let's see the footage. When they went to interview him, he said that he voted for Obama, and I believe that's just telling people what they want to hear. But he said that after that, he started getting on websites trying to help the black youth. And he had some boys that he was mentoring and taking out to eat and playing basketball with them. He said one evening he saw a suspicious character, and a woman who told him, who he was a neighborhood watch, told him that some guy was coming up to her door and she had her baby with her. So he comes out and he gets out the car and he has this radio or this phone, and he was told not to follow the man. He said as he turned around to go back to his car, the Trayvon Martin punched him and started punching him on the ground and was standing over him, hitting him. Now, court documents and also witnesses also seen Trayvon Martin on top of this George Zimmerman hitting him. He witnessed the gun because he tried to back into where there was grass so that his head wouldn't be hit so hard because he was getting his head hit on the concrete. Well, he had a broken nose, and also Trayvon Martin reached down for the gun because his gun was in and he didn't think of even reaching out to get it, and he shot him. And this is the account that he said. So they've gone along with what he said. He's been out of jail for a good long time, and he really didn't serve any jail time. So now they say that he did feel guilty for killing this. He felt guilty for taking a life, And his gun was in his pocket, but he never took it out, and that it was reached for by Trayvon Martin, as he says. So even though there was a witness there, there wasn't really countable witnesses. So did this stuff really happen the way it did? Is the media lying about what was witnessed, what was saw, what had happened? Or is this man just telling a fib just to make himself look good? Who knows? But we do know that the media always tries to paint the picture of some racist taking out some dude when they hide a bunch of things about those people's lives that could have been essential to the case. But I guess we'll never know. So there's a link in the description box about some story that this guy has done. And hopefully you can draw your own conclusions. But as far as we know, there had been no jail time served. Talk to you soon.